playing Michael Jackson. It was not easy. Definitely wasn't.
Every detail matters.
What it do? It's your boy Q, back with another video, and we're gonna get straight into it. I'm excited, and this is gonna be big for the movies, for the culture, the MJ fans, everybody who's had some type of relationship with Michael Jackson for over the past 60 years that Michael Jackson has been relevant. We're gonna get into the biopic. I'm excited. Just the quality of the movies from the trailer, like, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be cinematic. It's gonna be just one of those movies or biopics that we're gonna be talking about for a long time. Like, what's love got to do with it? Ray, Selena, a lot of those biopics that just, they're great ones. They're the greats. Now let's get into it. Jafar Jackson, Jermaine Jackson's son, which is playing Michael Jackson in this biopic. Awesome choice.
I started to rehearse for hours and hours upon hours, dancing until my feet would bleed or them go numb.
There are, we can say, thousands or millions of Michael Jackson impersonators, but I feel like that this role, being given to Jafar Jackson was like the cherry on top. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was destined for him to do this. You know what I'm saying? Type-ish. Other cast members, we got Coleman Domingo as Joe Jackson. We got Nia Long as Catherine Jackson. Miles Teller as John Branca. Kat Graham, Diana Ross, Lorenz Tate as Berry Gordy, and so many more. Now, when it comes down to this movie and what I want to see, what I expect to see, is you have to include the important events and people that made up this Michael Jackson universe. You know what I'm saying? This story, as we know it, is going to begin from the beginning, Michael being in the Jackson 5 up until the bad era is what we can see from the trailers. So given that information, Jackson 5 on up to the bad era, important people that we need and we have to see in this movie, for me, we have to, of course, be Catherine and Joseph Jackson, Quincy Jones, Bubbles the Chimp, John Branca, Bill Bray, his brothers, of course, Diana Ross, LaToya and Janet Jackson, Brooke Shields, John Landis, Frank DeLeo, Suzanne DePass, Berry Gordy. Those are like the key people that I want to see. Ola Ray from the Thriller video. Those, characters I want to see in the movie. As far as events, I feel like the events in Michael Jackson's career are very important. It's certain things that you cannot leave out of the story, because Michael Jackson, he had such an extensive life story as far as his success, the setbacks, just so many different things. And so I want to get into the important events that I want to see in the movie. And that would be, of course, the Jackson 5 era, the Jacksons era, Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad era, the Pepsi burn, the Pepsi commercial, that entire fiasco and what led up to it, what happened after the firing of his father, Joe Jackson, the Victory Tour, the Grammys, 1984 Grammys, the start of the vitiligo, Neverland, the beginning of the surgeries, which, if I'm not mistaken, began in the late 70s. I feel like those are the things that I want to see, um, as far as event wise in the movie. Also, I want to see stories and things that have gone untold, things that the fans don't know, that the general public doesn't know. And I think a lot of the movie for the general public is going to show things that they've never heard or seen. A lot of people when it was in talks about it back in 2019 that this was going to happen, and here we are, 2026. A lot of people was like, we don't need another MJ biopic. How many biopics do we need? Have we already know the story? We've already seen this. And for me, I I don't think that we have. This will be for me the first official, in my opinion, the first official Michael Jackson biopic because as far as biopic wise, the Jackson's American Dream is the closest thing to, um, for me, an official biopic related to Michael Jackson, not specifically about Michael Jackson, because the Jackson's American Dream, it showcased the entire Jackson family, even the beginning of Catherine and Joe meeting before they even had the kids, and it showcased again the boys, the Jackson Five, going into the Jackson era, Jermaine leaving the group, getting married to Hazel Gordy. A lot of those, events that happened within the family, the infidelity with Joe Jackson, just the abuse of the kids.
So you can beat him with it? Go to bed, Joseph. Go to bed.
So I feel like there was a Jackson biopic, the Jacksons biopic. And they did have original music in that biopic as well, but this is going to be the biopics of all biopics, in my opinion. This is going to set the bar as high as possible going forward for any type of celebrity who wants to, explore that biopic lane, you know what I'm saying, and have their life showcase. I think that this is going to set the bar higher. Now, let's get into my critiques about the movie. It looks a bit CGI. A lot of from the trailer scenes that I've seen is they've released a couple trailers so far, and I've seen in the past week or two a lot more promotion that was going on, much before, but I've seen a lot of promotion for it. But back to the critiquing. It looks a bit CGI-ish, a little bit AI-ish in some points. I mean, you can expect it for some scenes. Um, but yeah, a bit CGI-ish. A lot of the wig choices. I felt like that the wigs were kind of like big and puffy. There are good wigs out here now. Like listen, it's some good wigs out here, and I'm pretty sure that they could have found some Michael Jackson ish type wigs that were down to the T as far as each era of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's hair progressed throughout his career. We know it went from the fro to the smaller, curly ish, to the Jerry curl. From the Jerry curl, it was the curly hair in the ponytail or down, wet look. I'm just saying, Antoine Fuqua, which is the director of the movie, screenwriter John Logan. I think they're gonna do a good job. Again, from the trailer, it looks amazing. The voice of Jafar, it sounds identical almost to Michael's voice. I don't know if that's some AI material involved. I think that they will involve a little AI. And I'm not mad about that. The closer to MJ, the better. I am excited that this is an official biopic because we have Michael Jackson's music. Again, it'll be in theaters April 24th. I'm gonna be there. Listen, I'm gonna be there with my glove on, baby. I'm gonna order a jacket. I already have it in the cart, but yes, I'm gonna have my glove on, my jacket, and I'm gonna be representing Michael Jackson to the fullest. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the biopic. I'm sure y'all gonna go and see it. What do you feel about the casting? I think that Nia Long being Katherine Jackson was like perfect casting.
It was a huge responsibility to represent a woman who is iconic, who has carried the weight of the world on her shoulders, who is still with us gracefully, and I am hoping that I delivered because one never knows. I just put in the work and tried to do my best, and it was an opportunity of a lifetime.
I never saw it before. I never thought to look at Nia Long as playing Katherine Jackson, but great casting. Coleman Domingo as Joe Jackson. That's gonna be very interesting. From the small clips that I've seen, I think he's gonna do a good job. The makeup, the aesthetic that they turned Coleman into to look like Joe Jackson, I was like, oh yeah. Like, I want to see him really play that character, because the guy who played in Jackson's American Dream, Lawrence Hilton Jacobs.
Person who grew up watching the original Jackson 5 movie. Okay, I just want to make that clear. The original. Lawrence Hilton Jacobs is the only person I know as Joe Jackson. For a long time as a kid, I thought that was Joe Jackson. Now, I already know Coleman Domingo is probably going to take home Best Supporting Actor for this film. I already know that. What I am arguing here, follow me, is that he has some big shoes to fill, because as people who watch the original Jackson 5 film, we know Lawrence to be Joe Jackson. But Coleman, I've seen a couple of snippets. He's definitely taken home the Oscar.
He played the hell out that Joe Jackson part.
You're right. I got no time for tears. I want you to go out there. I want you to be tough. You be a man. You understand me? Be a man. You know who you are? You're Michael Jackson. Now go. Yeah.
Like, you would have thought like, and it's amazing how in the Jackson's American Dream, him being casted as Joe Jackson and being looking nothing like Joe Jackson, but he embodied that character down to the T. So yeah, but yeah, what y'all think about the MJ movie? I'm excited. I know y'all going. This is just a pre-release discussion video, so I'm gonna make another video after it's released and watching it, just to review it and let you guys know what I felt about it. But yeah, drop down in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about the MJ biopic and all that good ish. It's your boy Q. I'm out.
Ground rules before this Michael Jackson biopic hit the streets, okay? Rule number 1, if you were born after the year 2009 and you haven't done any extensive homework on this man, like seeing This Is It, the Michael Jackson American Dream, or playing the Michael Jackson Experience, give us about a month before you go see it, okay? Let those of us who have been around when Michael Jackson was alive, let us go experience it first, okay? Because this means something to us, okay? Rule number 2, if you are not there with the same energy that we had when Black Panther first hit the streets, I'm talking about glitter glove, I'm talking about fedora, all that jazz, why are you even coming, okay? I need you fully prepared to be hooting and hollering